Let's talk about stoicism. More in specific, I want to talk about like what it really is, how you can apply it in business, right? Also, more in this current situation. Like, by the way, I'm recording this at the time that TikTok is getting banned. Okay, so basically a big switch in business right now, and you need stoicism to go through this. Otherwise, you won't survive if you're on TikTok and if you're relying on it right now. And also, I want to show you a quote that I personally find really interesting about this, which comes from a book that's called Discourses by Epictetus. And if you don't know who Epictetus is basically one of the main characters, you can imagine it, in Stoicism. And basically I just started reading this book, by the way. I haven't read much of it, but already there's so much good stuff on it. You can see how much I highlighted here. It's insane, and the whole book is filled with so much great value, and I can recommend it to everyone out there. I have no affiliate link, by the way, so check it out if you want to. I don't make any profit of this, but it's really a great book. A really, really great book. So first of all, like, what is Stoicism really? Because I personally heard that term going around for quite some time, but it's not that long that I actually figured out like what it really is. You hear the word stoicism and you kind of imagine some things, but you don't really know what it really means to be a stoic. So to put it in simple terms, a stoic is basically a person that endures pain, a person that ignores the uncontrollable and that changes something that is controllable. Okay? It's basically a philosophy teaching self-control. And there's so many different things that evolve around this, but the main message is to have self-control, to endure pain, right? For the whole purpose of becoming a stronger and better human being, okay? With that being said, in these like simple terms, I want to show you this quote from Epictetus. And it's such an amazing quote. Let me read it to you. What should we do then? Make the best use of what is in our power and treat the rest in accordance with its nature and what is its nature, however God decides. Must I be beheaded now and alone? Well, do you want everyone to be beheaded just because misery loves company? Why not hold out your neck the way Laternus did at Rome when condemned by Nero to be beheaded? He held out his neck willingly to take the blow. But, let me switch sides. But the blow was deficient, so he recoiled a bit. But then he had enough self-command to offer his neck a second time. What should we have ready at hand in a situation like this? The knowledge of what is mine and what is not mine. What I can and cannot do. I must die, but must I die bawling? Must I be put in chains, but moaning and groaning too? Must be exiled, but is there anything to keep me from going with a smile, calm and self-composed? So you see, I'm having quite this struggle, like reading this, because, you know, my first language isn't English, but just hear these quotes. They're so deep, better than any like motivational quote I've heard on the internet like for years now, okay? And it's crazy because this was written like in ancient times, okay? This was written like a couple of 100 years after Jesus Christ existed. So it's not that young. Those quotes are so old already. And they still apply today. Like everything I've read in there, they still apply today. And really, to be honest, more than ever. And I want to like talk to you about where it really applies, where you find this sort of stoicism in real life, or where you find a lack of stoicism right now. One thing that I really notice a lot with people, and this is coming back to the concept of controlling that which you can control and leaving that which you can't. And that is basically one example of it today is watching the news. And like, it might sound stupid, like you might think right now, Yeah, but I gotta stay on track with what's happening in the world right now. Like, it's so important. Yeah, kind of. But have you ever watched the news, like especially like on the TV, and gone out of it with a smile? Really, really rarely is that the case. Because the news you consume, they're always bad news. And let's be honest right now, if you watch the news, what are you gonna do about it? You hear like, I don't know, Russia is attacking the US. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna, I don't know, write a stupid song about how they shouldn't do it? Oh no, don't attack us, whatever. Like there's all these people who think they have such great power or something like that, but unless you're sitting like in the government office or something like that, you can't control anything about it. So why consume that which basically makes you feel worse, but you can't control anything about it? Like it's ignorant, I know, it's ignorant. And this is also probably the most extreme example that is out there today. But if you watch the news, what you're doing to yourself is basically poisoning yourself. And that's something I don't know, I'm really unsure about it. I'm really unsure about others watching the news, especially like people in my family, for example, or anything like that. And it's funny, like every time I talk to them, I tell them like, look, why are you consuming these super negative news when you can just shut it off because you like can't control anything about it? And they say to me, yeah, you're right. You're right. It just makes us sadder. It just makes us feel worse. But then the next day they're watching the news again. Like, what? And it's crazy to me because people put themselves in this state by choice. And that's something I really see quite a lot nowadays. People like getting angry at such things which they can't control. And it's not only the news, but especially there. So if you're that sort of person that watches the news a lot or something similar to that, and you always have this feeling of negativity, why don't you try like going on a sort of detox, sort of a news detox? Look, 1 week without news, you won't miss anything. Chances are 99% your country won't be bombed or there won't be a war in your country in the next week, okay? So why not shut it off for once and see how you feel? And this goes for everything. This whole concept of trying stuff out, okay? Don't accept stuff that is propagated to you without testing it. Like one thing I also recently talked about with my parents, I asked them like, yo, who really invented the like eating pyramid, the food pyramid, right? Who invented that? And what is their reason for doing that? In there it says that we should mainly consume carbs like bread, for example. And we should really not eat that much meat and keep it really moderate. But what do so many people nowadays show? That is for most people really the opposite. And that's this thing, it's so funny. Many people see this food pyramid and they think like, okay, meat is probably really bad because it's so high up on the food pyramid, so I just need to go with like bread and all of that, and that should be my main source of food. But unless you try it out, how can you know that it actually works for you? Like for me as well, I thought, like for example, I heard from Hamza, you probably know him. He said in one of his videos that we should stop consuming too many carbs, especially before we work. And I was thinking like, what is this bullshit? I need my carbs to bulk up. I need my carbs to, I don't know, they taste good. I like to eat them. I need them to gain weight. I need them to build muscle. I need them for my energy. But try it out for once. Try working for once without carbs. And bro, you'll notice how much better you'll work. It's insane. And that's all while people are still telling us that carbs are completely fine to eat. Like, you can still eat them, but do it at the right times. Like that's one thing I really wanted to test out, and it turned out right for me. And now I do it every time. Now I'm doing fasted work every single morning. And that's the best type of focused work I could ever have, like ever. And one reason I'm creating this video right now is also one of those problems that is going around in the world right now, which is that TikTok is getting banned. Currently, I am recording this on the 18th of January, and people are saying that tomorrow TikTok is getting banned. Chances are pretty high that will happen, and people are going crazy. Okay? But how you need to see this right now is that, first of all, don't go crazy about it. All that's gonna do is just completely fuck up your mind. So, how are you gonna do this? First of all, check if you can like do something about it. Can you do something about TikTok getting banned? Are you the president? Are you the owner of TikTok? No? Then probably you can't do anything about it. So why should you worry? And the next thing is that this isn't a problem, but every problem that you see around is at the same time an opportunity. So TikTok getting banned right now is a big opportunity. Let me tell you why. Because when TikTok is getting banned, basically 200 million users are gonna swap platforms. Most likely either to IG Reels or to YouTube. So what is the best time to start a channel right now? Why shouldn't you start your IG page? Like there's so many people basically migrating to these platforms and you're just sitting there watching it? Like bro, do something about it. Post some content, put yourself out there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, even if you think you don't have that much time for it, okay? I just recorded a video on this, by the way, so that's why I know these whole under topics and all of that. I just recorded a short form video on it. But let me tell you, if you have the feeling that you don't have the time, take an example from me. Look, I'm not saying I'm the busiest guy in the world, but what I am saying is that I am 17 years old, I go to school, I'm doing my driver's license right now, I am running a business, and still I manage to post at least once every day. Once every day, one short form video every day. And one long form video, just one of these, every week. So if you have less things to do than this, and remind yourself, like school doesn't only come with the time spent there, it's also learning, homework, and much more, okay? So if you have less than that, and you still complain about having too little time, bro, I just proved you wrong. I just really proved you wrong. You have time to create content. It's really not that time consuming. You can do it. And here's my personal method about doing it. So I basically split it up in 3 areas. One type of content I'm creating right now is B-roll content. Then we have talking head and yapping. Let me show you how this basically works. B-roll content is basically the simplest one, right? Everyone can create it. No matter where you are, what type of language you speak, you can create it. Basically how it works is you record yourself doing an action. For example, you take a walk outside, record yourself. You work on your desktop, record yourself. You edit a video, record yourself. You, I don't know, read a book, record yourself. And these clips, or basically one of them, you're gonna use it. And the main form of providing value in that way is not by talking to the camera or something like that, like I'm doing right now, but with text. So put a caption on it, put some advice that you learned in 2024, or these are 30 lessons by 30, or something like that. And it's so easy, it's like bite-sized value. And you can just put it there with text, and it literally, you record it once, maybe takes 2 minutes. Then you put it in CapCut or some other editing platform. You edit it, and you have it done with all of this stuff in less than 15 minutes. 15 minutes for one post. And the thing is, these often even have the potential of going viral because it's like so simple to consume. So that's one of them. The next one is talking heads. So basically short form videos, the traditional classic way that you know them, okay? But I want to like put a spin on it. I want to tell you how we can make them like even better. So most talking head videos, what you see in there, and basically just to clarify, this talking head is basically like taking out your phone, first of all thinking of an idea, writing down the script, recording a video, then editing it, putting captions on it, some music, whatever, and that's basically it. But I want to give you an idea of how you can do it much better. Instead of just showing your face, yourself talking the whole time, put some B-roll on it as well. And the effect this has is that I want you to, first of all, put this B-roll like every 2 to 3 seconds into the video. And what it does is that this will basically replicate the effect of scrolling on social media. People do not use these platforms to consume one singular video for like 3 minutes. They want to scroll and see multiple things at once. That's how like fucked up our brains are right now. But by putting that B-roll in there, you're basically changing the scenery every couple of seconds. So they don't even have to scroll. They can just watch your video. It's much easier to consume. And once the people watch through, then the algorithm favors that video. And you get much, much more views. That's basically how it works. That's the other type of content that I create. Then the third one, which is basically my favorite one, this is the one I'm doing right now. If you want to believe it or not. Yapping content. I'm yapping to you right now. I have no script right here. I mean, let me show you this. First of all, look. This is all I have for this video. So, where's my script? How do I talk? I don't have a script. I just talk out of my mind. And this is the yapping content you want to create. I show my most authentic side with this yapping content, and you can too. And it will get more views than you can ever imagine. If your whole mindset this whole time across was, oh, I need to do more editing in order to get more views. No. No, 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 no. That's what I thought as well. But compare, for example, on my YouTube, I'm not the biggest guy on YouTube. I don't have that many followers, okay? But I created like, was it 8? I think 8 videos which were basically either edited or they were like screen sharing videos, something like that, something happening in the video. Then I create one video like this, which is 40 minutes of pure business yapping. Yapping, yapping, yapping. And it's my most viewed video till today. And that's not the only thing you can use it for. So post it on YouTube, right? Post this sort of content on YouTube. Yap about a topic you know a lot about. But take this video, post it on YouTube, then take the clips, take the best moments out of the videos and put it onto IG Reels. Like what? It's basically repurposing content. It's not a new concept, but it's so time saving. You record this video once, however long this video will be. I don't have an idea of how long I'm recording right now. But record this one video and you have so many clips in it that you can just post onto IG Reels. And when you post them, listen to me right now. When you post these clips, put some moody music under it. There's some sounds you might already know that are called like I Was Only Temporary or Snowfall, for example. Those are sounds you can put under it and they will give that video that hypnotic feel. And that way people want to listen more to you. They want to listen to your message. And while I'm recording this video right now, another advantage of it is basically that I'm in a flow state. I don't record every single clip like, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. Pause. So my mission right now is, no. I'm talking in one singular line. I'm in a flow state right now. So my words are gonna be more clear oftentimes, right? Like I still make mistakes, obviously, but you're showing your most authentic side and it's real. You're in a flow state. And that is something that connects really deeply with a lot of viewers. So take this content, do not only post it to YouTube, but also to IG Reels. And that's how you make use of this whole TikTok dilemma. Hope that was helpful. Bye.